got up at 4 a.m. to finish my documentation from clinicals. All I know is I don't think I got it in when they thought I should have it in. I'm gonna get in huge trouble. Sorry, I'm always recording in the car, guys. This is where I am a lot when I'm free to talk. Headed to clinicals. I signed up to get there at 8:30 so I could do schoolwork this morning. I mean, not schoolwork, my Play Talk Grow ESL stuff. So here's the last, 36 hours, of my day. Let's see. Monday morning, I got up at 4 a.m. to try to finish documentation for clinicals. Every time we do clinicals, we have to write up documentation about one particular patient. It's pretty lengthy. So Monday morning, I got up at 4 a.m. to finish my documentation from clinicals last Saturday because Sunday was hectic. And Saturday, I think I worked 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. that day. So I didn't really have a lot of energy Saturday evening when I got home. And then Sunday, we had church, we had a friend over, we just had stuff going on. It wasn't an optional, let's have a party friend over. We had a friend that needed to come over. Anyways, Monday morning, I got up at 4 a.m. to do my clinical documentation for Saturday. I got it submitted, but not within their 48-hour deadline. I'm not sure when that 48-hour deadline starts. I think it starts from the moment my clinical shift starts. So if I started at 6 a.m., I have until... If I start at 6 a.m. Saturday, then I have until 6 a.m. Monday to turn it in, I think. I'm not sure how it works. All I know is I don't think I got it in when they thought I should have it in. It's a good point, though, because I got it in. I got it in before 6 a.m. Sunday. I don't know. Anyways, it said it was overdue. Now I'm thinking maybe it's not. But I have done 4 days of clinicals. Yesterday I did a day of clinicals, and today I'm doing a day of clinicals. So it'll be 5 days of clinicals in the first week and a half of school. And here's the problem, guys. They want you to submit your documentation as soon as possible. It's not happening. And I feel like I'm doing the best of my ability to submit it given the circumstances. I was doing clinicals all day long, 2 days in a row, and then last night yesterday I got up at 4 a.m. to start documentation, finish documentation, went to work from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. It went over a half an hour because of when they had an admit. I got home. I didn't have energy to do clinicals documentation after that long of a day. Went to bed. I got up early this morning. I taught. In between teaching, I filled out as much of that documentation as I could, but it wasn't finished and I needed to leave. I sent the teacher an email saying, look, here's why I'm late with all my documentation. And then also, because here's what I would want to know if I was her, why in the world are you doing so many clinicals in the first week and a half? If you would just spread them out, you wouldn't be so stressed and you have more time to do documentation. But here's why I'm not. Because I'm at a rural community hospital, and that's where I want to do my clinicals, because if I work in a hospital, I think that's the hospital I want to work at. But they're slow. They're so slow. Sometimes they say, we don't have any patients, go home. I'm not kidding. There will be no one in the ER, no one on the med surg floor. It's pointless to do clinicals if there's no patients there. That happened a couple times last term. I was at the same hospital. So I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen, that I get all my hours in with enough time to spare in case I need to make up some because I get sent home early. So that's part of why I'm doing them ahead of time. Another thing is next week, my nurse preceptor is going on vacation for over a week and I can't do clinicals then. I'm also gone part of that time too. So I'm glad they overlap those times, but I can't do clinicals those days. And then the last week that I'm allowed to turn in clinicals, July 2nd through the 8th, I have to be finished by the 8th. Chris is out of town with all 3 big kids. And it basically means I can't leave the house without Raylan for that whole week. So I can't do clinicals the whole last week. So that's why I'm front loading them. So I sent an email to the clinical supervisor this morning. I said, look, sorry that my first 3 days of clinicals, the documentation was a little late, and I did clinicals yesterday, and I'm giving you a link to the documentation that I've got done so far for it. I'm almost done with yesterday's documentation, but I'm not done yet, and I'm not going to get it done until tonight because I have to go to clinicals again. And then here's why I'm doing all my clinicals early. I told Chris, I think clinicals are pass-fail. I do not think they will fail me for this. I don't think they'll ask me to do extra clinical hours. It's possible, but I don't think they will. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pass clinicals even though stuff's late. And it shouldn't be late after this. Like today when I get home, I have time to submit tonight's clinicals, you know, by tomorrow morning, and I have time to submit the rest of yesterday's tonight. So I'm not really worried that I'm gonna get in huge trouble. I feel bad for my clinical supervisor because she doesn't know me at all. This is the first time she's had me as a student, and she doesn't know, is this lady always making excuses? Because I know they're legit excuses, but sometimes people sound like they always have a legit excuse. I mean, I think worst case scenario, she would come back and say something like, I can't count this hours and this hours and this hours because your documentation was late. In which case, I would, as politely as possible, ask to talk with like the program director about my situation and see what can be done to let those hours count, even if I had to do some extra work. And I'm really not worried about it because I think the program director could look at my grades the previous term, look at my notes from the previous clinical supervisor, and realize that this is an anomaly. This isn't my normal. But it's a little stressful not knowing what impression my clinical supervisor has of me right now. But like I said, I also feel confident. I'm doing everything I can, and I think she'll be understanding. And I think if she's not, I think the nursing program director would be. I think they can look at my history and know this is an anomaly, and I don't think I'll get more than a slap on the wrist. But yeah, 4 assignments late, it looks like, according to the in-place thing. I am learning. One positive of doing all your clinical hours close together like this is I feel like you get on a roll more. You're more, each day you get a little more comfortable because it hasn't been so long in between being there. So I don't think it's bad doing all of them close together, but it is more difficult. It's been a crazy week and a half. And today I'm headed in. And I'm excited about clinicals today, guys, because I was there last night and I saw who they admitted, and she was this older lady with dementia, and she's pretty upset, not very friendly, but I just really felt like I understand why you're upset and not feeling very friendly. I didn't take it personal. I just like her. So she doesn't like me, but she doesn't like anyone there right now. But I'm pretty sure that's who I'm gonna document on today. So I'm just super excited to go see her because I like her. And maybe by the end of the day she'll like me. Maybe she'll be feeling better. Yesterday, I was there when she came into the ER, and I sat with her for a while. I brought her a bazillion warm blankets because old ladies love warm blankets. That was really the only time she was appreciative, and she, even then, was just like, yeah, that feels a little nice. She was not gonna let you hear her express any happiness whatsoever. But hopefully we can get her to smile today. I'm not counting on it. But she's definitely my project today. I'm looking forward to seeing how her night was and talking with her, even if she is grumpy and wants to scowl at me. Because it's not her fault she feels bad. And her husband was there with her. He was real sweet and nice. He doesn't have dementia, so. All right, guys. Well, I just rambled again. I'm sorry I'm always rambling in the car. It's not really like the best screen footage, whatever, but it is what it is. How much is gas where you guys are? Because it's 5:09 where I am, which is one more reason that I'm glad I have clinicals really close to home. Some people are driving 90 90 minutes for clinicals. They are people that live in Elmhurst or really near Elmhurst, and apparently for some reason there's like some rules, and only the on-campus students, if Elmhurst has an agreement with a hospital or facility for on-campus students to do their clinical hours there, then the off-campus students can't do their clinical hours there. It's something about not having too much competition or something. So the people who live close to Elmhurst campus, some of them are annoyed because all the places that Elmhurst is used to working with, they're like, yeah, you got to go further away. And I think those are the people. One of them, I think, said they were going 90 minutes away for their clinicals. I'd be pretty mad if my clinicals were 90 minutes away. And to be honest, I don't know where they would have my clinicals if I wasn't so proactive in telling them where I wanted to go. I made it very clear I wanted to go to Pana. I also reached out to Pana Hospital and basically told them, hey, I think you guys are amazing and maybe I want to work here and can I do clinicals here? And then the other place I'm at, I don't think they would have found it. Most people around here don't even know what it is, and it's a drug and alcohol rehab facility. It's a fancy schmancy one that will start July 11th, and it's about 30 minutes from my house. But again, it's a place I would consider working. That's why I want to go there for clinicals. That starts the last half of the summer, and I don't think they would have picked that place because honestly, like, it doesn't have a whole ton of mental health issues that are covered there. It's drug and alcohol rehab, and if you have significant secondary diagnoses that are gonna like make you violent or combative, from what I understand, they don't keep you at this place. So, you know, it's maybe a little calmer than where a lot of other people are doing their mental health clinicals. I'm fine with that. I think uncalm people, very upset people, for the most part, I'm okay with. Not violent, but all kinds of mental health disorders. I find them, I don't know what the right word is, but interesting. Enjoyable to work with those populations. But yeah, this is where, if I got a mental health job, I probably would try to go. So that's where I wanted to do my clinicals, I suppose. Okay guys, I am off.